Graphics aren't everything. Some of the best games I played have very simplistic graphics, especially in a shmup. The point is, you are a thing, dodging other things whilst hurting another thing. That thing could be a dragon, a spaceship, a trash can, a waifu. It doesn't matter. Boiled down to its fundamentals, they're just shapes. And play is not created through graphics alone. Without enticing gameplay, you're just wandering around a corridor being bored. Not to say it's not important, but strip a game, this game for example, of its graphics and leave the boxes, it will probably still be called a good game. And so we come on to this, a game which was mentioned in the Shmup Discord on a Thursday evening. A single stage game called the Indigo Horizon. Guess why? That was just a single person experimenting, and as you can see, graphically, this is very basic, but on this evening, when I had a bit of free time on my hands, I thought, why not? I can give a quarter of an hour to a person that's tried something, and it kind of clicked. And that's the beauty of this genre, and the mechanics don't necessarily take a lot to draw you in, but of course that does not mean it's an easy thing to achieve. The legend of Cave lives on because the body of work is yet to best it, but the legacy is here in shmups of all sizes. And in a second we will come up to the mini-boss. Not terribly complicated things here. Aim shots plus big balls being sent in set patterns. I have a bomb with 3 levels in case things get a bit feisty. But this part here I need to make my way through the gaps, but that's too short. Next phase. Typical Cave stuff, but I have to be careful because there are 2 patterns converging. A little bit more and we're done. I'll do a bit of a tangent. Anyone that knows of agile development knows of an MVP, a minimum viable product. The minimum a product can be to deliver value, in this case enjoyment to the player. And look at this, look how busy this is. I'm having to position my death triangle in certain places, sweep from one side to the other, weave through patterns. This has everything you can want, just the presentation which is missing. You can notice a bit of the yellow here, that's a score mechanic which is set off by setting off a bomb, which leads to a multiplier which is tied to a timer. And I believe we recharge the bomb meter by collecting the green triangles. There are instructions provided, I have not read them. Thankfully though, the extra lives are very generous, as I just lost a life, but this is the middle of 3 difficulty modes, and while this is my first clear, losing another life on this difficulty level, there were many nearly moments in the hour I gave the following day, and another life. The issue is I think I'm doing well and then I don't. Psychology, what can I say? There seems to be this barrier before I get to the final boss which makes sure I can't be too comfortable. This is of course being a convenient excuse for lack of skill. Final approach now, notice the inspiration for the tanks, and a 1-up, 3 lives left, got a minute and a half for the boss. Don't worry, there are more phases, this is just the beginning, and already it's interesting. Big balls being aimed at me, thankfully had the bomb available, and in a little bit we're going to come to phase 2. I want to go through these shots diagonally just to keep moving. It's easy to become comfortable by staying in one place, and yep, lost a life. I might be in trouble, a little bit more and this phase should be done. Aim shots getting increasingly wider, the big balls are aimed a bit so I need to keep on moving, but the balls are about to become a little bit more interesting. Still the same tactic though, lure the rise, move away, find a gap, repeat, and hope, no, I am dead. 2 lives left, this boss is dead, but don't worry folks, there is a TLB that likes to shoot quickly. I need to find a gap. Now I hope to have enough to bomb through a bit of this pattern. Yes, that very tiny bit. Now for more diagonal movement. Through we go. How am I doing this? How am I still alive? Now we have rows of death. Can I finish this? How am I doing this? Just a little bit more. Come on, come on. We're repeating a pattern and it's done. And I get a bonus for my extra life, and I have beaten the high score by a whopping 100,000. Indigo Horizon. Search for an itch. It's free. Bye now.